So, you've been assigned to create an annotated bibliography. I'm sure you're overjoyed. But it's not actually as bad as it sounds. To create one, you find a source, you cite it, you summarize it, and then you evaluate it. Each time you do those three things, you produce an entry. Rinse and repeat for 6 or 10 or however many sources you need, and you've got yourself an annotated bibliography. This might sound tedious, because it is. However, like most things that are worth doing, you get something in exchange for your effort. Annotated bibliographies are actually time savers in the long run, and they help you produce better work. That's because they augment your memory when you're working on a research project. See, human memory stinks. You know what's the least reliable form of legal evidence? Eyewitness testimony. It's true, look it up. Memory just can't be trusted. So, in the same way it's easier to shop for groceries with a list, it's helpful to make a record of the sources you find and scribble down what you think they're good for. That way, you don't have to be constantly rereading the darn things. Annotated bibliographies consist of a series of entries. Each entry consists of 3 parts: a citation, a summary, and an evaluation. On paper, it'll look something like this, depending on your assignment. The citation comes first and acts as the header for that entry. The summary and evaluation cozy up and hang out together in this chunk of text down here. The citation has its own line at the top of the entry and should be properly formatted, like MLA, APA, or whatnot. Copying and pasting in just a title or a web address and calling it done does not cut it. With citations, details matter. If you want a hand with formatting a citation, there's plenty of help out there. Ask a librarian or a writing tutor, either online or in person. The summary is a brief restatement, in your own words, of the source's main ideas. Brief means 1 to 3 sentences in length. Your own words means you have to explain, without copying someone else's language or their sentence structure, what you think that source was all about. Also, for a summary to be good, it must maintain a neutral perspective. You're writing down what the source was about, not your opinion of it. The evaluation is where your opinions go, but not just any opinions. It should be your opinions about what the source is good for in relation to your project, or whatever your professor wants you to include here. There are a lot of good and different ways to write an annotated bibliography. And here are a few examples of the kinds of questions you might answer in your evaluation section. Let's recap. Annotated bibliographies are lists of sources you plan to use in a research project. Each source gets its own entry, and each entry consists of a citation, a summary, and an evaluation. Citations must be properly formatted. Summaries briefly restate the source's main ideas from a neutral perspective, and evaluations contain your opinions about what each source is good for. Creating one of these things can be tedious, but they save you time, even if it doesn't feel like it, and they help you improve the quality of your work, because human memory is, something I can't quite recall.